Hi, I'm Paul Brodie. Welcome to my shop, Mitch behind the cameras. And we're back on the Wasnot, bicycle content. Some people will be very happy with that. I had a plan. I was going to buy metal. I got my frame jig here. I was going to miter tubes and set it up in the jig. Probably wouldn't have the time for any welding, but that was my plan. I phoned up the metal shop, the one that I always use, Metal Mart, and they didn't have any aluminum tubing. So I had to phone the competition, and I found one tube, 1 3/8. This is good for top tube and the seat tube. I remember when I built this frame, if my memory serves me well, back then, if you bought a piece of tube like this, it was $5 a foot. This tube is almost 5 feet, and what do you think I paid? $130 for this tube. Wow. So things have changed, and so I have to hunt around for the rest of the tubing because can't make a frame with just this. I was working on the frame yesterday and I had a mishap. It fell. It fell out of the stand and it dropped on the floor, and the bottom bracket has a dent in it on one side, so we have to fix that. We're going to take out the headset cups. Got a couple of tools here that I've had for quite a while. I've had this one a long time. This is Campagnolo. See, there's the brand name. Beautiful. And this is a Hosan. This takes out inch headset cups. This takes out 1 1/8. And I had all my tools at the shop in Richmond where I had employees, and apparently this tool got abused. This was not me. So it still works. You can see the ends. So I guess some people really beat on this thing. Poor tool. I feel badly for it. Maybe I'll find one on eBay or something like that. So we'll knock out the cups now. It still works, I believe. There we go. I'm trying to do it gently so that it doesn't go flying on the floor. There we go. Okay. So, like I mentioned previously, I had a mishap. We'll call it a mishap. The frame fell on the floor while I was taking parts off it. And there's the dent. Can you see that? So what I have to do is to take it out, so that the bottom bracket cup, it can go in, and then I need to chase the threads, and then I face the one side. So I've got this tool, and it fits on the other side. It's for alignment of the bottom bracket if you need extra force. So that fits there like that. It almost goes through, so I'm going to put this back in the park stand, and then it's soft. It's aluminum. It was never heat treated. So I think if I put that in and I give it a little pull, I think it'll ease that out. I'll file it a little bit to make it nice, and then I'll chase it and face it. Although when we usually say that, we say face and chase, which is actually backwards, because we chase first, then we face. I was working on the frame and it was moving back and forth, and this came down a little bit and then it fell. Not good. I got a piece of wood under here so I can apply some force. Oh, that went in so easy. Okay. Looks round, doesn't it? It's soft. It never got heat treated, so using that to my advantage. So I guess we're good. I don't have to face and chase right now. Look at that. That's good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this into the frame jig, and then I'll take it out, and then when I get metal, that's what I mite it to. That'll be my size of frame. Okay, this is good. Save myself some work. Okay, a tire, it's the radius, it's 13 1/4, and the bottom bracket height we used to use, I think, was 11 1/2. So I want to go down, what is that, 1 3/4, 11 1/2, 12 1/2, 1 3/4. And I'm looking at the, because this, when I made this a frame jig a bunch of years ago, this is metric now. So 1 3/4 is about 45 millimeters. So that's the drop. So this is how I change the jig. And then we set it to 4 1/2 right there. And that should be good. Okay. I need to know where to put this, so I need to measure the fork. That's what's next. So we have the crown race. I don't actually have it yet, but maybe it's about 1/8 of an inch, something like that. So put the ruler a little over the top of the crown, and then right on the middle of the axle, 385. And then you have to add on the height of the headset, and the bottom race is usually 1/2 an inch or 12 millimeters on these old bikes. So you add on 12 and you get up to 397 right there. So I'll put a little red mark there. So this should be something like right about there. Let's see if that works. So that goes in like that. Well, if the bottom bracket height is right, we've got a head angle of 69 degrees. That's what the jig shows, so that's okay. Maybe that's what it was. I can't remember. 1987, a long time ago. Okay, that's good. So, like I said, I got one tube. This is the right size for the seat tube and the top tube. Got to phone up the metal shop. They haven't phoned me back in 2 days. I need to get the rest of the metal. I need to find this tube. This might be hard to do. 1 3/4. And the head tube and the seat extension here, I might have to make out of solid. This extends down into here, because I don't know if I can find that kind of wall thickness. It would be a pipe, and pipes, aluminum pipes, only come in certain sizes. I think I use pipes on this bike, but I'm going to go up a size on the head tube. I'm switching from 1 to 1 1/8. In the meantime, what I can do, I've got some things here. See this? I got cable guides out of my box of cable guides over there. See, I can start making these This one here goes underneath. See how it wraps around? So I got a tube that's pretty well the right size. So in the interest of making stuff and creating video, let's do this, okay? I don't want to go more than that, that's okay. Okay. And what else I have to do is for these two, I have to cut down like that, right? And then it's got a curve to it, it'll fit the top tube. So for that, I use the bandsaw. But let's finish this one up. Okay, we're going to go outside really briefly. It's going to be pretty cold for the cameraman, but let's do it anyway. Come on, Mitch. That's good. So that's the weld seam right there. See that? We're going to use from here to here. This is one way of measuring. How do you measure how long that arc is? I'll use masking tape and I'll show you what I'll do. So there's the end. Right there. I'll mark the other side. Like that. See, there's a method to my madness. So if I do this, that's not straight, but I'll put it right there. And that should be where I make my next cut. If I leave it a little bit longer, then I can shorten it if I want. So these guys are, what did I make them? A little over 3/8, 400. And length is 1.25 inches. That's the hacksaw width right there. And then we'll do another 1.25 inches. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'll do a little bit of filing. So after all that work, we've ended up with that. And now we're going to make holes, and then we're going to tic-tac, and then we're going to silver solder. Okay, I think that's... It's such a small piece that it heats up really quick. Okay, that's one. We got a couple more to do. I feel there's lots of concentration happening here right now. That's how I feel. That one kind of ran away a little bit. All right. And that's our show for today. Thank you for watching. We appreciate your support. Mitch and I like coffees. If you buy us coffees, that helps our channel a lot. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. See you next week.